Come along and ride this train. Come along and ride this train. Cross the mountains, prairies, reservations, rivers, levees, plains. Come along and ride this train. Ride this train. Ride this train across this great land that my father walked before me. Long before the poisoned cities, long before the white man came here. Ride with me along the rivers, through the green and silent valleys, by the great lakes of the Northland, through the mountains, moors, and flatlands. Ride with me to where the hunter moves in silence through the forest. Come with me to where the warrior walks with footstep quick and noble. See the children in the sunlight. See the children loved and wanted. There the woman, proud and quiet, moves about the doeskin wigwams. See the old men in their wisdom sitting around the council fire. Come and listen to their counsel. Come and smoke the lighted peace pipe of the many tribes and nations. Mohawk, Mandan, Kickapoo, Cree, Yakima, Seminole, Crow, Shawnee, Choctaw, Delaware, Fox, Paiute, Winnebago, Cheyenne, Blackfoot, Navajo, Ute, Comanche, Quapaw, Creek, Apache, Sioux, Chippewa, Ottawa, Hoopa, Shoshone, Mohican, Osage, Menominee, Chinook, Arapaho, Nez Perce, Iroquois, Pawnee, Kootenai, Flathead, Chickasaw, Pueblo, Yuma, Pima, Pomo, Caddo. Then to this land there came the white man, in canoes as tall as pine trees. Strange their clothes and bearded faces, strange their manners and their customs. Gitchie-Manito the Mighty, the Great Spirit, the Creator, sent a message to his people, and this is as he commanded. Let us welcome then the strangers, hail them as our friends and brothers, and the heart's right hand of friendship give them when they come among us. For as long as the moon shall rise, as long as the river flows, as long as the sun will shine, as long as the grass shall grow. The Seneca are an Indian tribe of the Iroquois nation. Down on the New York-Pennsylvania line, you'll find their reservation. After the U.S. Revolution, Corn Plant was a chief. He told his tribe, these men you can trust. That was his true belief. Well, he went down to Independence Hall, and there a treaty signed that promised peace with the USA and Indian rights combined. George Washington gave his signature, the government gave its hand, and they said that now and forevermore that this is Indian land.
As long as the grass shall grow.
On the Seneca Reservation, there is much sadness now. Washington's treaty has been broken, and there is no hope, no how. All across that Allegheny River, they're throwing up a dam. It will flood the Indian country, a proud day for Uncle Sam, but it broke that ancient treaty with a politician's grin. It will flood the Indian graveyards. Corn Plant, can you swim? As long as the moon shall rise, as long as the river flows, shine as long as the grass shall grow. In the hills of South Dakota, where the prairie grasses blow, the Minneconjou, a band of Sioux, hunted the buffalo. Then came their hunters with their guns, settlers and their claims, and the Minneconjou families were left starving on the plains. In the year of 1891, Bigfoot was their chief, and he promised his band of people to their sorrow he'd bring relief. For the government had promised him that if they'd leave their homes behind, new lands would be granted for as long as the sun would shine.
As long as the grass shall grow.
In the cold snows of December, they traveled to Wounded Knee, and there they were surrounded by the 7th Cavalry. Then the crack of a rifle filled the air. Bigfoot was first to die, and through the whine of the soldiers' bullets, you could hear the babies cry. The Minneconjou were left dying, and frozen and bleeding limbs, while their white flag of peace still fluttered in the cold December wind. As long as the moon shall rise, as long as the rivers flow, as long as the sun will shine, as long as the grass shall grow. Ira Hayes was a Pima Indian who farmed Arizona land, where the white man had stolen water rights till the streams no longer ran. Now Ira's folks were hungry, and their land grew crops of weeds. But when war came, Ira volunteered and forgot the white man's greed. There they battled up Iwo Jima's hill, 250 men, but only 27 lived to walk back down again. And when that fight was over, and when Old Glory raised, among the men to hold it high was the Indian, Ira Hayes. Back home, nobody cared what Ira had done. He was unwanted and alone. And Ira started drinking hard. Jail was often his home. He died drunk early one morning, alone in a land he fought to save. 2 inches of water in a lonely ditch was a grave for Ira Hayes. Call him drunken Ira Hayes, he won't answer anymore. Not the whiskey drinking Indian nor the Marine that went to war. Of all the great tragedies of North America, perhaps the greatest of all has been the white man's treatment of his red brother. For with the coming of our ancestors to these shores, the great, proud people who had lived here for thousands of years were pushed back and reduced little by little to a state of poverty, grief, and hopelessness. Pushed back even to the very brink of extinction. Cast out of the mainstream of our society, the red man has become a stranger in his own land. Now, is it not time to think of these strangers here among us as our own brothers? Is it not time that we turn back to the message of Gitche Manito, the great spirit of the red man, and do unto them as they were ready to do unto us? Let us welcome then the strangers, hail them as our friends and brothers, and the heart's right hand of friendship give them when they come among us. For as long as the moon shall rise, my brother, are you thirsty? As long as the river flow, my Are you warm? As long as the sun will shine, as long as the grass shall grow. My brother, are you hungry? Ladies and gentlemen, those people in the music business